Imagine a day in ancient Greece. The year is 585 BC. People are going about their daily lives. Farmers tend their fields, merchants hawk their wares, children play in the streets, the sun shines brightly in the sky. Life is normal.
Fresh fruits and vegetables. Get your fresh fruits and vegetables here.
Suddenly, the light begins to fade. An unnatural twilight descends upon the land. People stop what they are doing, their eyes drawn to the heavens. The sun, their source of light and life, is disappearing, swallowed by a growing darkness. Panic sets in. Is this the end of the world?
What's happening? Is this the end?
Amidst the chaos, one man stands calm. His name is Thales of Miletus. Thales is no ordinary man. He is a philosopher, a mathematician, an astronomer. He is a man of science and reason in a world still ruled by superstition. Thales had predicted this celestial event. He understands the movements of the stars and planets. He knows that this is no divine judgment, but a simple eclipse, a cosmic dance between the sun, moon, and earth.
People of Miletus, do not fear. What you are witnessing is a natural phenomenon, an eclipse. The sun will return.
As the darkness reaches its peak, Thales addresses the frightened crowd. He explains the natural phenomenon they are witnessing. He tells them that the sun will return. And as he speaks, a sliver of light appears, pushing back the darkness. The sun, as if on cue, begins its slow return. The crowd erupts in relief and awe. Thales, the man who had predicted the eclipse, becomes a legend.
Thales was right. The sun is returning.
Thales' genius extended beyond the stars. He was fascinated by the world around him, always seeking to understand its fundamental principles. He observed that water was essential for all life. Plants needed it to grow, animals needed it to survive, and even the land itself was shaped by water.
Water is the essence of all things. It is the fundamental substance from which everything in the universe is derived.
From these observations, Thales made a bold claim. Water was the fundamental substance, the arch, from which everything in the universe was derived. This idea, while seemingly simple today, was revolutionary at the time. It marked a departure from the prevailing belief that the world was controlled by the whims of gods and monsters.
Nature follows certain rules, principles that we can observe, study and understand.
Thales dared to suggest that nature itself followed certain rules, principles that could be observed, studied and understood. His theory, though later refined by scientific advancements, laid the groundwork for the scientific method itself. It emphasized observation, deduction, and the search for a unifying principle underlying the apparent chaos of the natural world. It was a giant leap forward in human understanding, a testament to the power of curiosity and rational thought. Thales believed in the power of reason to explain the world around us. He rejected the prevailing mythological explanations for natural phenomena, instead seeking natural causes for events. He believed that the universe was not a random collection of events, but a complex system governed by laws. This fundamental belief that the universe is inherently understandable lies at the heart of all scientific inquiry.
Question everything, seek evidence, think critically.
He encouraged his followers to question everything, to seek evidence and to think critically. He challenged them to look beyond the surface and to search for the underlying principles that govern the universe.
Thales' emphasis on reason and critical thinking had a profound impact on the development of Western philosophy. His ideas laid the foundation for the scientific revolution that would follow centuries later.
Thales' belief in natural explanations for phenomena paved the way for the development of physics, astronomy, biology, and indeed all the natural sciences. His legacy is not just in the specific theories he proposed, but in the way he approached the world with an insatiable curiosity and an unwavering belief in the power of human reason. Thales' brilliance wasn't confined to abstract philosophical concepts. He was also a practical man, applying his knowledge to solve real-world problems. One famous anecdote tells of how he was challenged to measure the height of the Great Pyramid of Giza. This task, seemingly impossible at the time, was no match for Thales' ingenuity.
How can I measure such a massive structure?
He waited for the precise moment when the length of his own shadow equaled his height. Knowing that the sun's rays hit all objects at the same angle, he reasoned that the pyramid's shadow must also equal its height at that moment. By simply measuring the pyramid's shadow, Thales accomplished what seemed impossible, demonstrating the practical power of geometry and observation.
The shadow of the pyramid equals its height. Measure the shadow and you measure the pyramid.
This story, whether apocryphal or not, perfectly illustrates Thales's approach to knowledge. He saw the interconnectedness of things, the way mathematical principles could be applied to understand and manipulate the physical world. He was a true polymath, bridging the gap between theory and practice, demonstrating the power of knowledge to solve practical problems.